Hello everyone, my name's Giselle, and if you've been on this channel for a while, you will know that I've made several videos introducing a few of my OCs, and in those videos I was kind of reluctant to talk about them because I'm unsure how much I want to say, but I've recently decided I want to tell you guys a little bit more about them. So I will be doing a challenge today I saw on TikTok where you draw your OCs as they would draw themselves if they were asked to. So like just getting your OCs to draw themselves, basically. But I'm using it as an excuse to tell you guys more about them because they're consuming my thoughts and no one around me knows anything about them. Anyways, onto the video.
Amber.
So first of all is Amber. Something to know about the world that this is in is it's obviously a fantasy setting. Obviously, look at the characters. Sorry, that was rude. But anyways, there is a princess who's, I guess, purposefully being taken over by a god. And in doing so, she is, in a way, sacrificing herself, or at least her ability to use her own body, so it's a kind of death. And Amber gets introduced because she is commissioned by that princess to build something fun, to give her something, you know, exciting for the end of her life. Amber's been through school for like all of the arts. She's been through for like illustrative art, music, acting, whatever form of art you want to think of, and she's kind of a jack of all trades, master of none, but she fell in love with engineering and inventing, and so she eventually meets, I guess, what you'd call the main character, Wilda, because she has, I guess, a burst of inspiration. She wants to build tools and machines that can help Wilda, and that eventually kind of grows into, like, I guess, a form of love. It turns into, like, a muse and artist situation, just as, I guess, a different art form. And she ends up getting torn apart a little bit, because I don't know how far I want to go, but Wilda is a victim of the royal family in this universe, and so it's a situation where she's helping the princess because why wouldn't you? If a royal family member offers you a job, you take it. But she's also torn by the fact that she loves Wilda, and it's kind of like supporting two different people with her skills at the same time. And you can't really support two people that directly oppose each other, because helping one hurts the other, you know? Anyways, as far as the challenge goes, I just gave her a portrait. She's been through school for it, so I figured she'd be, you know, good enough at it in a traditional sense.
Wilda.
So, like I said before, Wilda is in direct opposition to the royal family of this world. When she was very young, like toddler-aged, her village was pillaged by Rosenmoor Kingdom, which is, you know, the main kingdom things take place in, and she survived and was taken in, along with the other children, to be dregs. Dregs is the term used in this universe for people that are taken in as, like, I guess, like, prisoners of war, almost. They get turned into child soldiers, they perform in, like, basically gladiatorial arenas. It's kind of like a mix between gladiatorial arenas and circuses. Sorry, my cat just jumped past my microphone. Point is, she gets taken in as a dreg, and while she's there, she begins having dreams. Dreams that are put in her head, and I guess would count as visits, by one of the gods of this world, who is telling her that it's almost her time to fight, and she has this big grand mission to go on, which eventually ends up being fighting the god that is slowly taking over the human body, the Princess of Rosenmoor. But she doesn't know that yet. For now, she is just a dreg in Rosenmoor Kingdom, and she's met this little butterfly girl who's also a dreg, and she wants to save them both from their situation by working as a soldier and making sure that that little butterfly girl never has to work in either the arena or being a soldier. And that's just, you know, her big goal so far. So in her drawing, I made her draw Philo, the little butterfly girl. You may also notice that she has changed a little bit since the reference I originally did of her. She originally actually had light pink hair like this, and like the first ever drawings I did of her, and I changed it when I redesigned her, but I realized whenever I imagine her in my head, she's pink haired, and I can't picture her any other way. So she's staying pink for now. And that's okay, because her dad has pink hair, so technically it's fine.
Felu.
Now it's Philu's turn. Yippee, yippee! Philu is probably my favorite character. I think her design definitely helps her case. I feel like it's so cute. It's probably my favorite character I've ever designed. It does get a little difficult to draw because she's kind of crazy looking, but it's fine. Every time I draw her, I get a little more comfortable with it. Anyways, onto Philu. So, as you've heard, she's a Dreg along with Wilda. Similar situation. Her family's village was also attacked and she was taken in. But something that deviates a little, despite the fact that Wilda wants to work to save both of them and she never wants Philu to go through any of that, Philu falls in love with dancing. In Rosenmore Kingdom, people will throw parades and dance down the street, and she will watch it from the window of the Dreg building, and she wants to participate. She practices dancing, she performs it for the other Dregs in the building, and she very desperately wants to be a real dancer. And so eventually, despite the fact that she knows the arena is not really a real place for performance, you know, your performance is there, but they also want to injure you, she goes. She does get hurt in that situation, but it's because she does not want to spend her life, first of all, waiting for Wilda to free them. But then, second of all, she hates being a burden on Wilda. She doesn't want to feel like she's the reason Wilda's trapping herself in this bad situation. It's going to be a whole argument when it happens, but the point is, she ends up doing this despite the fact that Wilda is, you know, trying to save her from that, because she wants to follow her passion, even if it's in a bad place. And it does end up costing her a lot. But, you know, she's a sweetheart and, you know, makes me cry, I guess. She's just a kid, so she has like a doodly little drawing of her as a ballerina.
Tula.
So Tula is Wilda's oldest friend. I hate to talk more about Wilda in his segment, but it's kind of important. There was originally another character, similar to Philu, who Wilda was trying to help. It was another little girl, and their plan was to escape together. But Wilda ended up letting that character go on her own. Tula is the only person that knows about this other character, and he's also the only person that really understands Wilda's situation. When we're young, if we are shown a bad situation surrounding like love or how the world's supposed to be, a lot of us will like cling on to it as something that we need to subconsciously, of course, replicate in our lives forever. And so he's kind of the only person that really understands that as much as she's in an awful situation, she doesn't know how to let go of it. She's scared to leave because she feels like she has this bigger mission to save everyone, and she doesn't, you know. Anyways, the point is, he ends up being the one that slips to Philu that she isn't the first person Wildis wanted to save, which ends up, you know, sending Philu down her little spiral. But as far as their relationship, he is the leader of a team of soldiers containing Wilda and a few others, and they're kind of a group of losers. It's him who's just generally a loser, Wilda's who's a dreg, and the others who are just generally social outcasts. But they're cute. It's the whole like found family thing, hee hee ha ha. And he is also the second love interest I was talking about earlier. They kind of have the form of love in which they understand each other very well and very deeply, and the reason I currently don't prioritize him as the love interest is because I feel like he would understand that someone else is making her happy and would want her to be with them over him, because he's a bit self-conscious, despite what this image might lead you to think. He's self-conscious in the emotions department, not in the physical department.
Rydia.
Rydia's turn. She's not my favorite character, but she's definitely got one of my favorite designs. I think, like, as far as designs go, designs only, she's second to Philu. I love her. She was originally from... Okay, I've kind of, like, talked about how there's gods in this world. There are 3 gods. They're sisters, they're goddesses. One of them currently taking over the body of the princess. One of them is talking to Wilda in her dreams. This third one blessed Rydia's family a long time ago. And these families, because there's a few of them that have, you know, divine blessings, end up getting a more intense version of power. In this world, everyone kind of has some magic, but it's not always usable. A lot of them have to like combine into big groups and share power or use magical items. Not everyone immediately has power. And if you are just a, you know, base level human, one of the ways you can have power is if your family was blessed, which hers was, and her original magic was going to be shape-shifting. But because her family was blessed, that normal power of shape-shifting ended up turning into her permanently having this very altered body. She can grow multiple hands, her base hand's already huge, and she just wants to be a fashion designer. She likes pretty things. Unfortunately, her family, who's very noble and known as this blessed family, was embarrassed of her, and so for ages she was kind of locked away. Eventually she escapes, she meets Aurora, another member of the team, and becomes a soldier in order to, like, you know, afford things, afford to design clothes, but her eventual dream is to quit being a soldier and just be a designer, but she has to, you know, she has to stick it out for now. So I figured she would kind of draw herself like, you know, those little, like, concept sketches designers do. So yeah.
Aurora.
So, like I said before, Aurora took Rydia in. She told her to enlist into the military, and I guess as a soldier. I don't know if I'd really call it a military. Oh, well, I guess I would. Anyways, point is, the reason she helped Rydia is because she understands that situation, because she is also from a blessed family. And that's kind of what I was talking about them two being outcasts, because despite the fact that two of our main characters are from blessed families, that's not a normal thing. And because it is, like, physically and, like, it's apparent if you meet them that they are different and they don't have the social ties to their families anymore. It kind of turns them into this outcast where they have this weird ability, but they don't have the prestige of the family name. Anyways, onto her power. When she was very young, she discovered that her whole body, every part of her, every hair on her head, every drop of blood, every particle of skin is poisonous or venomous, depending on, like, you know, how it contacts you. Point is, it hurts you. She poisons people. And she hated that originally because it hindered her ability to, like, fall in love and form friendships, because people either thought it was creepy, or if she wanted to have a romantic relationship, she could not, like, even so much as holding hands, her sweat would burn them. Like, she is completely untouchable, and that obviously hurt her. And so she went into school, she learnt medicine, and she was hoping to find some kind of heal, some kind of antidote for this. She didn't end up doing that, and so now she has enlisted as a soldier in the hopes of exploring her poisons more. Since, you know, she discovered she's much better at making poisons, she thought, okay, let's be the best at making poisons possible. And so during her time in the military, she uses her poisons and innovates them and, like, you know, makes, like, smoke bombs and stuff out of her own blood, like crazy stuff. Also, I did give her, like, a sketch portraiture style thing because she was originally from a richer family, so I think she has some kind of skill.
Baran.
Baran's turn. He's awesome. He was originally a dreg, and he managed to buy his own freedom with the help of other people. But point is, he was a dreg, he's now free. But similar to Wilda, he doesn't know what he's supposed to do from there. He doesn't know what he is without fighting as a soldier, and so he continues to do it. And he continues to kind of hope that he will eventually be seen as a citizen, the same as all the humans. But Rosenmore is a human kingdom. If someone is non-human in that kingdom, they're either a traveler or a dreg, and so people, despite the fact that he is legally free, do not see him in that way. And so he's kind of, like, constantly battling with that, I guess. And he also originally has a bit of tension with Wilda because he feels the need to, like, assert himself over her. He eventually grows from that and forms, like, a normal friendship with Wilda, but it's hard at first for him. And yeah, that's kind of his struggle. It's just never been seen as what he is, never been valued the way that he he feels he's earned. Obviously, no one's not earned basic human respect, but he feels like he worked for it, you know? It's his turn, and he's never really given that. He also, because of, you know, the bullying and social ostracization, sorry, I can't speak, that comes with that, he falls in love with, like, cartoons, specifically the little comic strips that are in newspapers. And there's one called Sparkle Kitty Squad, and it's kind of the equivalent of, like, anime/manga, I guess. So I gave him this weeby little drawing that he did of himself. What can I say? I'm a sucker for the big buff scary guy with, like, the cute little interest. I love it. So yeah, that's my explanation for this. Oh, his power! Oh my god. Okay, he can, like, summon armor. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't... Whatevs. You'll hear about that later. This is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. My commission sheets are on screen right now, so if you want to commission me for a character design, headshots, the plushie PFPs, illustration, any of it, you can. Thank you for watching this far throughout the video. Bye!